right, it is Sunday. It's a, I don't know, gloomy day in Las Vegas. Maybe because aliens are coming. Who knows?
It's over for us.
But before the alien invasion happens, you need to come and listen to your boys on the best AEW podcast on YouTube, Spotify, wherever the hell you want to listen to us. And, just tell them what podcast it is, Lionel.
This is the counter-programming for WWE Never Works edition of Off the Top Rope.
Oh, yeah. Like, you know what? No, fuck that. Let's just get right into it.
Y'all make sure y'all leave comments, because I know we're about to ruffle some feathers real bad with this first part of the podcast.
Yeah, we're probably going to ruffle some feathers. We're going to trigger some people, but you know what? We ain't getting paid by none of these fuckers, so fuck them.
Nobody.
Nobody.
We do this for the love of the game.
That's how we do it. So, let's talk about... Which one do we want to talk about first? Do we want to talk about that... There's two trashy shows, right? So, we had Triple Mania and then... Or the AAA show and then Wrestlepalooza.
We can touch on Worlds Collide real quick, because we're going to be taking a little bit of time on Wrestlepalooza. Let me tell you. I don't even know where you want to start. All I know is that AAA show, I scrubbed through it. I didn't get to watch the whole thing. They really did put all of their titles on WWE talent. Yeah. All of them.
Like, it is the prime example of what happens when a company takes over, right? So, I'm going to go a little off course on this real quick.
Of course. This is we're making the course. We can do whatever course we want.
But, like, this is almost like now how WWE is pretty much like, yeah, Joe Hendry's in the WWE now. He's still TNA guy, but they're like, nah, he's in WWE now. He is a WWE wrestler. So, they're poaching their talent from TNA. Eventually, they're just going to be done with TNA. And AAA, man, they got AAA to get part of the Mexican market or part of the Hispanic market. And they're not even really poaching the stars. They're just taking all the titles from them and just kind of leaving them to, I don't know. They're just leaving them in the ether, right? Mm-hmm. Like, they run the shows now. About over half of the people on the show are all WWE people now. The titles are all mostly held by WWE, especially the men's titles. Most of the men's titles are held by WWE guys. I don't know what the fuck is going on over there, man.
Also, why are they having a show in Las Vegas, Nevada?
Strategic, I guess. I don't know. At the Thomas and Mack.
A very weird place to have a show, because... Well, I guess not weird, because the Lakers are there. Well, no, they might not... What, they were at T-Mobile last year, right? For their preseason game, right?
Yeah, they were at T-Mobile last year. They moved on from Thomas and Mack. They're like, fuck that.
Like how everyone else in this city has.
We need amenities, damn it. So, they put them in the cheapest place they could possibly put them, the Thomas and Mack Center. Mm-hmm. Hey, I'm not gonna shit on Thomas and Mack too much. I've been to plenty of, like, way back. Like, one of the SmackDowns I went was at the Thomas and Mack Center, even though Nitro was running on the Strip the whole time. But I went to like a SmackDown house show in the Thomas and Mack, and it's still as dark then as it is now. Lighting looks like shit there.
It did not look great.
No, not at all. Oh man, so Dom Mysterio's their new, the new champion for AAA. People are gonna scream, "Oh, but Kenny Omega was," but that is kind of different. It's not like AEW just like went in and was like, "Okay, we need to be the tag champs, we need to be the world champ, we need what title you got over there? Okay, we need that championship." All on AEW. We're just gonna leave you to fend for yourselves. And you're a current world champion? Nah, fuck that guy. He's a piece of shit. We're gonna put who we want as world champion there.
But Kingo was so happy at first, and then when I saw his face, I've seen Vikingo lose that title before.
Yeah.
I've seen him win that title before.
Uh-huh.
I've never seen Vikingo look as, I don't even know what to call it.
Oh, he had the stink face, man.
Yeah, frustrated. Yeah, it's a stink face.
He had that I'm gonna lose face. He had that I don't want to, but I have to because of something. There's a contract thing. But yeah, man, like, you know what? I'm not gonna even. We don't even have to go through that show. Just no, there's just not good, man. It was not good. It's free on YouTube if you guys want to watch it. You'll watch Finn Balor acting like a jackass with having a I don't know a doll off with Mr. Iguana, who is also a fucking awful wrestler. That guy is so terrible. There's nothing good about Mr. Iguana. Nothing.
I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what they're doing. They bought AAA for a reason. They have already done it. Also, if we're gonna be real, I mean, don't most of NXT talent have all of the titles for TNA also? The world titles, right?
Except for the women's title. The women's title is on Ash by Elegance now.
Oh, it went back. Okay, it did go back.
The world title is still on Trick Williams. And Trick Williams is fighting Obafemi, I think, this coming week for his title versus title. So NXT title versus, TNA and NXT titles are both on the line.
With two NXT talent?
With two NXT talent, yes.
Okay.
So they're running TNA world title matches in NXT.
And that's the company that they want to go against AEW, right? That's the one that reportedly trying to get a TV deal for Wednesday, allegedly.
Yeah.
All right.
Good luck. You even gonna have your world title on there, so who cares?
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't get it.
You know who the real world champion of TNA is right now?
Who?
Your boy Steve Maclin.
Yeah, they ain't let him on NXT to save his life.
Hey, somebody's gonna die if he's on there. Steve Maclin is jumping through the building, bro. They're not gonna let him on there.
All right, bro. We ain't sticking on the AAA show. We ain't talking about that shit too much. We gotta talk about the real reason that we're doing this part before we talk about All Out.
Yeah.
We gotta talk about WWE's attempt at counter programming.
Oh yeah. Let's talk about it.
So, for those who don't know, this show was the first WWE show to go up against an AEW show. We had All Out, AEW versus Wrestlepalooza.
Yep.
People were upset that All Out moved up in time. It started at 3 Eastern. I don't know what time the WWE show started. I'm not gonna hold you. I'm not gonna lie to you. But
go ahead. It started pretty much. So the first match happened when Hangman and Hangman and Kyle Fletcher. That was when the first match happened for Wrestlepalooza. That was Cena versus Lesnar.
And didn't that match start and end while Fletcher and Hangman was still going?
While Fletcher and Hangman were having a 30-minute fucking war. Well, no, about like 40-minute war. Cena and Lesnar ended in like 8 minutes, maybe less.
Thanks. And
start to finish.
And Cena got squashed. With 5 appearances left, John Cena got destroyed by Brock Lesnar. Do you know how crazy that sounds?
It sounds ridiculous, man. Like, look, you have the one guy that held your company up in the worst possible times, and you bring in Lesnar to just squash him. And I don't think he's getting any get back on that, because his last show, I think, is like a SmackDown. I may be wrong, but I think it's a SmackDown.
Oh, I looked it up. It's going to be a Saturday Night Main Event.
Oh, okay. Even worse. A Saturday Night Main Event. That's awful, man.
And Cena only has 5 appearances left.
Yes.
So, yeah, I want to come in here with some heat, with some fire, because I had to talk about this, right? We had to talk about this. We got to talk about the rest of the show, too. The rest of the show, apparently was also not great, right? From what I heard and what I was told, Stephanie Vaquer, Io Sky was the best match of the night. Which, valid. Two of the best women's wrestlers on the planet. Two of the best wrestlers going at it. There's nothing you can do to stop them from wrestling. Nothing.
Yep.
I heard that Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre was boring. People called it boring.
Mm-hmm.
I heard people were kind of happy with AJ Lee and CM Punk versus Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch. But every time I see a GIF, it doesn't look good. Not gonna lie to you.
Awful. I think like what people are, the only thing that people are happy about is the fact AJ Lee came back. It's not what she did there. It's just that she came back.
Which is valid because people want AJ Lee back for a long time, right?
Yeah.
And then what was the last match? We had a tag match where Jey Uso hits himself in the face with a chair and hurts himself.
Not just hurts himself, he concusses himself.
Bro, like obviously we don't want people to get hurt. Obviously, like I don't even know why I feel like we don't have to say that.
Mm-hmm.
We shouldn't have to say that. We don't want people to get hurt. This is wrestling at the end of the day. Well, for them it's like sports and entertainment. But this is wrestling at the end of the day. We don't want to see wrestlers get hurt. But why? How? How do you hit someone in the back and concuss yourself with a chair?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I have no idea. Like it didn't even. Here's what the killing part is. I could see if he like swung that shit hard and and he hit the rope and it bounced and hit him in the face. But he hit Braun Breaker's back, right? And he didn't even hit him that hard. It was enough to make a little noise. It was like thud, like tap, right? And it flew up and hits him in the. Then either he was bringing it back, and that's what hit him in the face, but he brought it back too fast and clubbed himself, or I don't know. It didn't look like anything that would bounce off and just KO him, but it did. So weird.
I don't get it. I don't get it. One of the things that we were talking about right before we were recording, WWE's counter programming does not work.
No,
it doesn't.
Not at all.
The only good show, and at this point, the only good show that seems like it's universally liked was Evolution, and that technically was not directly against an AEW show. It was the day after.
Yep.
And they tried to do everything they could to bury that show, by the way.
Yeah, they tried everything to make that show fail.
And they couldn't. But every other attempt that technically NXT and WWE has made just makes them not look good.
They just every time they look worse. They just look real bad. Like, I could just say this. The AEW pre-show was leagues better than Wrestlepalooza.
Bro, that pre-show was gas, too. It was really good.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, the pre-show, which was, an hour, right? Mm-hmm. And don't get me started. The women's tailgate was on fire.
That shit was so much fun to watch.
They went crazy, as the AEW ladies usually do.
Mm-hmm.
But all those matches on the pre-show were fantastic. And Wrestlepalooza, it couldn't even. No, most of those matches couldn't even touch it. Couldn't even touch the AEW pre-show, let alone the main show. The main show just killed them.
God, this is our all-out review, so we're gonna talk about it soon. But there is no way that you can do a show like this without at least touching on what happened with this counter-programming effort.
No.
As a fan, if you're a fan of WWE, you shouldn't want this anymore. Because even if you don't have to pay attention to AEW. You don't have to pay attention to anything else. I'm not even trying to say that. All I'm saying is you should want better shows. You should.
Actually, you know what? Okay. I'm going to put it out there. Hey, in the comments, okay, hardcore WWE fans that still watch the show, for whatever reason, let's get this conversation going. What is bringing you back to WWE each and every week? What about WWE do you feel is so good that, like, you would rather watch that than, like, any other wrestling show? because I'm with Lionel. I'm kind of perplexed right now, just like thinking about like the quality of their shows is just not, it's not there, not anymore. So I'm like, we're trying to figure out what's bringing people there. What's bringing you here? What to a WWE show? What makes WWE so compelling that you would rather watch that than actually watch like wrestling shows in general? In the comments, let's see it.
At this point, if you say you're only there for the women, I feel like that's valid. But the women on any show at this point, any TV show, don't get as much time as they deserve. Mm-hmm. At this point, like, that's the one thing that North American wrestling cannot do right. They don't book women properly.
Right.
Because if we're going to be honest, we can talk about WWE and AEW. The women have been knocking it out of the park.
Yeah.
Although, I mean, to be fair, on the AEW side, the men are also doing it too. It's just the women are just better. I mean, we talked about that main event with Kyle Fletcher and Hangman, and we'll be talking about a couple other matches, but yeah, either way, it's curiosity at this point. Like, why? And we're not even saying to watch anything else, because you don't have to. It's your life. You can watch whatever you want.
Right.
But looking at the quality of WWE right now, I don't understand how they have so many people that still tune in weekly, that do all this kind of stuff, that go out of their way to watch this stuff. Because this doesn't, you have to go out of your way to watch the show, right? Like, you have to pay for it, like $30. Like, some people were able to get it with their subscriptions and stuff like that. Like, it was all, that was also all confusing.
Right.
So you have to go out of your way to watch this, or you have to sail the 7 seas to watch it. You took your time, and what did you get out of it? Like, what are you getting out of WWE right now that makes you want to go back every week? And like Proffitt said, we're not trying to do like, oh, this company's better than this company. Like, at this point, I don't see quality in WWE right now. Like, I just don't.
Right.
Also, Cena losing to Lesnar the way he did is insane.
Yeah, no.
When he's retiring in 3 months.
Yeah, that the way Cena lost to Lesnar shouldn't have happened.
No, we're not saying Cena shouldn't lose, but not like that, and not to him.
Not getting squashed, man. Like, what are we doing here? This is supposed to be Cena's last hurrah, last go out. Let him go out on some fantastic matches, man. Let him go in there and be like, yo, Cena, you get 30 minutes. Who do you want to wrestle? You know
he's had that list out there. He's been in interviews talking about the people that he wants to wrestle.
Uh-huh.
And the fact, I feel like, if anything, John Cena should at least be able to book the matches that he wants to wrestle. At the very least.
Yeah.
He says he wants to wrestle AJ Styles. It might not happen. He got to wrestle. He said he wanted to wrestle Sammy. He got that one.
He got that one, yeah.
He said he wants to wrestle like a few other people. It doesn't seem like he also has said that he wants his last match in Boston, and he couldn't even get that.
No.
WWE can go wherever they want, at any time, and sell out those arenas. Well,
not now.
Not so much anymore. But they can go wherever they want. They can go wherever they want and sell whatever company, whatever arena they want to go to. So you can at least give John Cena where he wants to retire. You can't give him that? Like, nothing? The fact that AEW had a better tribute to John Cena than John Cena on a show he was on is crazy. I don't know, Proffitt, what do you have anything else you want to say about, like, what else do you want to say about this? Because I can rant and rave, and I don't want to rant and rave because we have a really good show to talk about.
So, I think, like, I completely agree. To play... No, I'm not going to do that. Not going to play devil's advocate.
I feel like if you want to, you can if you want to, but I don't know how you could.
Look, the other guy that is also in the same lawsuit that Brock Lesnar's in, by the way, would have probably given Cena all the things he wanted because Cena made him money. He would have done it. or at least giving him most of what he was asking for.
Yeah,
because he's done that for other wrestlers, right? We all know the reason why the Cena's in the way Cena's stuff is going the way it's going. The good old head of creative, Triple H, the least talented guy on the roster that happened to be a multi-time world champion because of other reasons, not because of his talent.
politics.
Right? He played them politics real well. Had to marry the boss's daughter to get there, but it wasn't like he was so good that he couldn't be denied. No. He always played third, fourth, fifth, sixth fiddle to everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
So he had to stick to people like Shawn Michaels, who was that guy. He had he couldn't make it. He was barely he was like fourth, fifth, and sixth during the Austin era because it was like Austin, Rock, HBK was still up there. Mm-hmm. He couldn't even. He wasn't even the top in his own era. So you get this guy creative power, and all the people that went over him, he's now making sure to I don't know. It almost feels like he's making sure to give them nothing of what they want and just bury them on the way out.
This does feel like he's doing this on purpose,
right? Look, I don't know. Maybe Cena asked for this. I doubt it. Maybe Cena asked for this. Who knows?
I mean, Cena's been doing interviews, and he's been pretty open about saying "Oh, yeah, Brock Lesnar wasn't my call. I do what the company needs." He's been pretty open about that.
Right. So, I don't know, man. Just my final thing about this is Wrestlepalooza was not great. Okay? We all know it. They went up against AEW and lost again. There was AEW, All Out's worst match, which was we probably can rate that like a 6.5, right? Their worst match was better than the whole card. That's just how it is. So, I don't know, man. Wrestlepalooza was not good. Their counter programming is just exposing them even more about how bad they are. They only had maybe an hour and a half, barely scratched 2 hours of wrestling, and about 2.5 hours of commercials.
For $30, by the way.
Yeah, for $30, we had damn near 6 hours of wrestling.
For almost the same price.
We had about 15 matches. Just about close.
Only one of them wasn't good.
And it was like a 6, right?
Yeah.
So, that's the caliber of an AEW card versus a WWE card. When a WWE match is bad, it's bad. It's like a 2 or a 3. Lesnar Cena. But, I don't know, man. It's really hard to find out why people watch that show. Just in general. I'm curious. Put it in the comment section. Let us know.
Please. Because I don't get it at this point now. Even if you don't want to watch, if you're not a fan of other companies, I think that's fine. But if you're a wrestling fan, there has to be something else out there for you. Right? There has to be, something else.
There has to be something. Right? Look, you could check out CMLL, you could check out New Japan, you could check out, you could check out GCW if you wanted to. They're always putting on some decent shows. You could check out MLW. They're always putting out some damn good shows. There's, Stardom. There's, Dragon Gate? Something. Something, goddammit. There's plenty of shows out there. There's plenty of pro wrestling out there.
I genuinely think that WWE might be the worst wrestling company going right now. Genuinely.
Yeah. Well, remember, hey, Triple H said they're not wrestlers. They're people playing wrestlers. That's his words, not mine.
I wonder how the people who dreamed about being wrestlers in the back feel about that.
Mm-hmm. Well, they're not wrestlers. They're actors. They play wrestler.
They should act like they can have a good match.
Yeah, it ain't possible. But
no.
Unless you're again, like Io Sky and Stephanie Vacker, right? Like, you can't force that into a bad match. It's going to be good.
There's really nothing you can do, because whatever you give them, they will be able to hit it out of the park no matter what.
Well,
even if you're trying to actively sabotage them, they would make that into a great match.
They tried by giving them like 10 minutes, right? So
you give two of the best wrestlers on the planet 10 minutes, they'll still be able to give you a damn good match. So nice try.
Yeah, good try.
All right, man. Y'all, again, like Proffitt said, if you're a WWE fan and you listen to this part, reach out to us in the comments. Let us know why you watched WWE. This is a genuine question. We're not trying to get you to go anywhere else. We're not trying to have you watch anything else. This is out of our own curiosity. Because I couldn't bear to sit down with something that was like, I didn't like. I couldn't do it.
Yeah. No, that's, same here.
But now, you know what we got to talk about now.
We got to talk about a pro wrestling show.
One that might go down as a show of the year contender. Without a Will Ospreay. Without a Swerve Strickland.
Without Swerve.
Without a Kenny Omega.
Without Omega.
Everyone was worried about that, right? I saw that a lot of the comments before. Like, they were worried that they weren't going to have, like, anything crazy. And then this goddamn locker room came out there and told everyone, listen, we know that our main players from the last year aren't here right now.
Mm-hmm.
That don't mean shit to us.
Nope. We're still gonna put on one of the best cards out there, and shit, we're gonna get new players too, and we're gonna get players that you forgot about, put them in front of you, and you're gonna be like, oh yeah, that guy has it too. Shit, this roster's stacked.
I said this on Blue Sky. I want to know what you think about this before we go into the recap.
Okay.
I said that AEW feels like they're righting a lot of the wrongs that they've made over the last few years. Like since 2022. Like a lot of the booking decisions that they made have been kind of weird, and it feels like they're trying to fix them. What do you think about that?
After seeing All Out, I agree with you. And actually, like, hindsight's 2020, right? Like, you start looking back and, you can see the small course corrections that are happening. Like keeping Jack Perry off of TV for a little bit. We'll talk about Jack Perry later, right?
We had a few returns here.
Yeah, we had quite a few. We had a few returns. So
and a debut.
So we had that, right? Finding the right time to bring somebody like, well, he was going to come back no matter what, anyways. But starting to bring back the Acclaimed, right? Maybe they did their little singles thing, and Jerry Lynn's like, "No, you both suck by yourself." He literally said, "You guys suck by yourself. Get back as a tag team," and then have them group up as a tag team again, resparking that tag division. That tag division's going crazy right now. That's another wrong they're trying to rewrite. Get that tag division back. And yeah, there was just you start looking back at Daniel Garcia getting course corrected, getting that JAS stink off of him. That match with Shibata surely showed it.
Bro, we will talk about that match too. I don't know how deep we're gonna go into the pre-show, but we will be talking about that match too for sure.
Yeah. So, there's a lot of things coming up. Even though some of the characters are different from where they were back then, you could have new dynamics now with those characters, in those wrestlers. So, yeah, I totally agree with you. I do think they're course correcting a few things that that just went wrong. They just went to they thought it was good at the moment, but it was like, oh, this is kind of shit, right? So yeah, I agree with you.
There's also been like this push now for the AEW OGs. Those like Shining Star day ones,
yeah,
have been looking real good over the last like few weeks, especially coming out of this show.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I agree.
Like this was a solid show. So we're gonna get into it.
Yeah, let's get into it, man.
First, how we're gonna do is we're just gonna go down the list. So if y'all want to hear about anything of the show, we have the timestamps if you're on YouTube. So make sure you do that. Also, like while you're here. We're going straight down the list. So follow along with us as we go. We're gonna touch on 3 or 2 of the matches very quickly, and then we're gonna talk a little bit more about the rest of the pre-show. First, we have Samoa Joe and Powerhouse Hobbs defeat the Workhorsemen. It was nice to see the Workhorsemen back. Hopefully, they both can stay healthy because they have as good a luck as Bullet Club Gold does of injuries.
Man, let me tell you, they're just unlucky, man.
They really are. Anthony Henry, JD Drake, two of my like low key favorites. I like them. So hopefully they can shake off the injury bug. They look good in this match. It was a very good match. The other one we'll talk about really quick before I ask for your opinion and we talk about the other matches. We had Hologram and Paragon versus Frat House. They're back. They're here on AEW TV again.
Yes.
They got their asses beat though.
Of course.
Like you ain't beating Captain Collision and Paragon, even if Roddy Strong is not having anything to do with the conglomeration.
No, it's fine. Roddy Strong's got that anger, old man angry power up. He ain't taking no shit from nobody. He's wrecking everybody, dude.
Bro, he had that gray in his hair and changed completely. He's always been a demon, but he just looks like an animal right now.
Yeah, man. It's Roddy, dude.
I need the Roddy heel turn, bro. I need him to go against the conglomeration. I need them to destroy him. I need it so bad. But what were your thoughts on these 2 matches before we get into the other 2 of the pre-show?
They were fun matches. They were the what's the best way to say this? I think they were those good pre-show matches that are like the good starters of the show, right? While people are coming in. So if you miss it, you're not really missing much, but that's those are like the 2 matches that kind of get it started. They were good matches though.
So now is the time we're gonna go in depth with every single match going forward. The first one we gotta talk about is Daniel Garcia versus Katsuyori Shibata.
Oh boy.
Pre-show match, by the way.
Yeah.
Daniel Garcia has new music now.
Mm-hmm.
That music sounded legit too, bro. Holy shit.
Yeah, it did.
This was like, I'm pretty sure this was a Mikey Ruckus special. Like it was good. We need the loop though. Like it didn't loop long enough. But
yeah.
He's out there, he's in the Moxley shorts. He's hitting cameras out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
His demeanor has completely changed.
Yeah, man.
For the better.
For the better. Thank God.
And Shibata. Like, come on. That's my favorite wrestler of all time. So, I'll shear my head off for Shibata, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Shibata did not get the win, though. Shibata was beating the hell out of Garcia. Garcia was throwing it right back at him, too. We had a couple slap battles in here. We had a spot where, Garcia usually gets pulled up by the audience. The audience wasn't trying to pull him up this time, so Marina got him. Very interesting. I like that a lot. A lot of good things happened in this match. Garcia did hit that move. Like, I don't even know what you call that stomp. I don't know if he has a name for it yet. I don't know if the actual name of it. But the one that he used on Darby Allin against the chair twice when he missed the first one and hit it, he used that to beat Shibata.
Yeah.
Daddy Magic was on commentary. Also, Garcia didn't even look his way. He was in there trying to make a point. He made it. He beat Katsuyori Shibata, then dipped out. Proffitt, what were your thoughts on this match?
Oh, the match was... I did not expect a match that good to be on the pre-show, honestly. They went out and they kind of went to war. They're like, fuck it, let's just do it. We get 15 minutes. Let's get it in.
I didn't even talk about everything. All right. I didn't even talk about everything, right? Like, Shibata kicked out of a pile driver at 1.
Yeah.
We had that crazy, like, slap exchange when Garcia was on the ground and Shibata was, like, just slapping down at him. Like, there was a lot of really good things that happened in this match.
Yeah, man. They got time. They shit. They took their time. They got through it. The match was was a great match. It was a fantastic match, man. It was a lot of fun to watch. The two matches you should watch are this one and the next one we're going to talk about for sure from the pre-show.
I agree with you wholeheartedly, bro. But speaking of that, we got to move on to the main event of the pre-show. We had a tailgate tornado match. We had Willow Nightingale, Queen Aminata, Harley Cameron, and Mina Shirakawa versus Julia Hart, Sky Blue, Megan Bayne, and Penelope Ford. First thing I'm going to say is this is not an excuse not to have a blood and guts match. I don't want this to be the blow-off. Let these women continue to fight until you figure out when you're going to do blood and guts this year. Because it sounds like there's a good chance that we're getting blood and guts this year. So,
yeah,
let's make sure that happens. I don't even know what to talk about this match.
It was
so
chaos.
much happened. So much happened.
It was complete chaos from the start. Bell rings, everybody goes at it.
They had beer pong on the outside. The table was used at one point. That beer pong table was used at one point. There were coolers that people were getting hit in the head with. Like someone had tongs that they got slapped with. Like Queen Aminata and I think Julia Hart had like a lightsaber battle with some tongs.
Yeah, that was because the last time Queen Aminata and Mina came in, I think it was last week or a week before on Dynamite. They ran in and Queen Aminata had like tongs and like a spatula.
Oh yeah, that's right. On the run-in, that's right.
On the run-in, yeah.
Bro, a lot happened. Like these women went at it for a while. We did get the win. Willow Nightingale did get the win by hitting Penelope Ford with the trash can and hitting the Babe with the powerbomb. And as they were celebrating, Willow's out there twerking. Like they were all having a good time. They were all celebrating. They were all happy for the win. Again, this can't be the end. I don't want this to be the blow-off. If we're not getting, we'll talk about the announcement later. If we're not getting an announcement of women's tag titles or a women's C2, this cannot end. It shouldn't end either way. Proffitt, what were your thoughts on the match?
Oh, match was fantastic, dude. Again, it was one of those matches where everybody just, hey, they're giving us 25 minutes. We could show out. They went out there and had fun, dude, and you could see it. It was a great match. Well, it was not just great. It was fun. Like you could see everybody was having fun doing the match. But yeah, this can't be the final blow off for this match. We need something a little bigger. So yeah, let's see where we're gonna go next with this. Or if they all spawn off in their own little feuds, or own little mini feuds and stuff like that on the side.
That would be fun. And I think with the way that these two title matches for the women's side ended, there is a potential to have a lot of new stories going on with this now, with both those titles. But we'll see as we go. So now we get into the main show, and they made the decision earlier in the day, I think the day before or whatever, that Christian Cage and Adam Copeland will be Adam Copeland versus Zach Harwood, Cash Wheeler, FTR, was going to open All Out. Before we get to the entrances, we see Adam Copeland and Christian Cage walk in together. They run into Wendell Clark, they run into Bubbles, they run into the Green Bastard. Very, very Canadian-centric.
Oh, yeah. And if you guys haven't seen the Trailer Park Boys.
Bubbles, yeah.
The Green Bastard, too.
Oh, Green Bastard, yeah.
Hey, that show is fucking hilarious. Like, it's what you think it is and not what you think it is at the same time. It's pretty hilarious.
We get that, and then Adam Copeland and Christian Cage come out. The crowd is on fire for both of them, obviously. They're both in Toronto. This is their hometown.
Yep.
FTR comes out, chorus of boos. And we get into the match. The match actually was pretty good. With how it ended, which I'll get into in a second, you could tell now that they were kind of leaving something on the table because this ain't over. Oh no, this ain't over. It's far from over. I'm gonna talk about the main thing that happened before the match or during the match and after, and we can talk about spots all we want as we go. During the middle of the match, Adam Copeland, Christian Cage, down on their luck. They were getting beat down. They were not having any luck against FTR, one of the greatest tag teams of all time. We hear music. Stokely's looking like, who is this? There's fire. Some people said it was Kane. I don't know why they thought that. That was crazy. Like I saw it, I was like, Kane? I was like, no, it wouldn't be Kane. But I also didn't know who it was. And we saw her name come up. Beth Phoenix. They're calling her Beth Copeland. They're gonna have to workshop the name. That might be her real name. But
Oh.
what are you gonna say?
Oh, no. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's her real name.
Beth, if you can come around, you can figure something else out. Beth Copeland don't really sound like a wrestling name to me personally, but neither here nor there. That doesn't matter. Beth is here. Beth speared the shit out of Stokely. Knocked his ass smooth out. Mm-hmm. Then she gets in the ring. Beth looks great, by the way. Fantastic.
Yep.
Slapping around FTR. Just looked great. Beth was the spark that CNC needed to get up and win this match. And we got a spear from Adam Copeland. He got the pin after taking 2 shatter machines, by the way.
Yeah, after
2. Christian Cage, Adam Copeland did win this match. They didn't get to celebrate for very long.
No.
We heard new music. We had Kip Sabian, Mother Wayne, and Nick Wayne in a wheelchair coming out. They were the distraction for FTR to attack Copeland and Cage again. Copeland was stuck in handcuffs. He couldn't move. Christian got taken out. And then Beth Copeland got taken out also with a spike pile driver by FTR. While Cope was sitting in the rope, he couldn't move. He was handcuffed, could not move. He was even yelling, "Get these goddamn handcuffs off me!" Got him off. He tried to check in with Beth. Beth was out. Smooth out like a light. And that is how the opening match ends. Mm-hmm. Proffitt. Oh, you know what? Before I hand to you, I have to say Beth went out like a G. Because she looked back. She saw FTR standing there. She looked at Cope and was like, "I love you." Gave him a kiss. Got up and started whooping ass. Didn't help, though.
No. There's 2 of them. That was the problem.
Proffitt, what were your thoughts on the opening match of All Out?
Oh, it was great. It was great. Great to see Beth, I'm just going to call it Beth Phoenix. Great to see Beth Phoenix back in the ring. She looks like she hasn't aged a bit.
That's living happy, bro.
Yeah, and it looked like she could, if she wanted to do a retirement tour, she could. She could do it if she wanted to.
AEW would be the place to do it.
Yep,
in North America. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm just saying. And then she could take her move back. And actually,
make it look legit again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, Jade. But no, the whole thing was great. It was great to see the return. At one point in time, Cope did the 5-knuckle shuffle and the what the hell is that called? The AA. So that was pretty hilarious. Because the other night, Cena did both of Cope's moves. He did the spear and he did the taunt and all that stuff. Adam Copeland does. Mm-hmm. So Adam Copeland just kind of paid it back. The crowd was into it, so it was cool.
Got a John Cena chant at an AEW show.
Oh hey, well go figure, huh?
I told you at top of the podcast. AEW had a better tribute and paid more respect to John Cena than WWE did on their own show that he literally wrestled at. Yeah,
they literally, put that show on his back for how many years? But it's neither here nor there. Yeah, overall, fantastic match. Like it was fun, man. It was a fun match. FTR, again, they're literally the best tag team in the world. Like full stop. There's no way right now there isn't a tag team that's like better than when they put on a tag match. It's literally one of the best. And then Cope and Cage was just it was great to just see them do their thing, and Now that we know this is gonna be on, this is gonna be a long haul thing, and now they got two sets of people that they have to fight now. Yeah, we're in for a good time.
It should be very fun. And I'm not gonna hold you. I'm actually very happy that this isn't like a one off. I'm happy they're doing like the feud.
Yeah.
This also kind of just keeps everyone away from the tag titles for a little bit, so Brodito can like shine. Because the second that, because Copen Cage looked good in this, so you know there are gonna be people calling for them to be the tag champs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Keep them away from a little bit. Brodito needs to like reshine them titles back up again. So it's good all around to me.
Yeah. Yeah. Same here.
Next up, and honestly, we can say it very easily, the weakest match of the night.
Yes.
But very great return. We had Eddie Kingston versus Big Bill. It was nice to see Eddie again. He, from frame one, he made us remember that he hates Claudio. He came out with that Claudio sucks egg shirt. Claudio was nowhere near this match.
He wasn't even on the show, man. Well, no, he wasn't towards the end. But
Towards the end. But, like, yeah, no. Eddie Kingston went out there. Definitely looked a little tired. Definitely could not run for as long as he could before, but giving him grace. It's the first match and he had a broken leg. There's only so much cardio you can do, right? Like when you're in the ring, that's when you really get your win back.
Yep.
But yeah, I'm not gonna talk too much about this match. We did get to see Eddie Kingston hit some of his greatest hits, right? Mm-hmm. In one not so great. His last spinning back fist didn't look like it really caught Big Bill.
Yeah.
But it was enough. Also, I didn't say this before. Bryan Danielson's on commentary for the entire show. So he becomes a little bit more important later, but we'll talk about that later once we get there. But that's the match. Eddie Kingston did win. Afterwards, Brian Keith attacks Eddie Kingston. Mm-hmm. So we're like, oh God, he's going to get too, like, Eddie Kingston can't handle this right now. He doesn't have his wind. But he had help. Yep. Hook came out there. He helped take out Big Bill and Brian Keith. And Eddie Kingston and Hook walk out together, looking like they're going to be a crew. Proffitt, what were your thoughts on this match and the final segment?
So, besides the end, the match was pretty decent, right? Compared to the rest of the card, it was probably one of the weaker matches on the card, right?
Yeah.
But that's because, like, literally Eddie Kingston just came back from a big-ass injury. Probably got blown up on the way to the ring. Like, let's face it, you got all that adrenaline coming at you at once the second your first comeback, and you got all those people cheering for you. Yeah, it blows you up. It'll probably blow you up real quick. But yeah, he should have just tried to hit that spinning back fist the second time after he missed the first one, and it wouldn't have looked bad. You know, it'd be like, oh shit, I missed. Boom. All right, cool. You know, I hit it. But yeah, man, like Big Bill, I gotta give credit to Big Bill because Big Bill was like, all right, I gotta slow this down so Eddie Kingston can get his win back. Mm-hmm. He did that quite a few times during the match, which was good. And that's just Big Bill just being good. Mm-hmm. At the end, him and Hook, I would be interested in that. That'd be interesting. You got the two New York guys teaming up and just like maybe being a team, maybe just looking out for each other. Who knows? Like, we'll find out more of it, on Dynamite or something like that. We'll see. It's gonna be fun. It'll be a fun thing. Overall, yeah, the match was the weaker one on the card because damn near every match on the card was like a 9 or a 10, right? So it's just if you're one of the weaker matches, you're gonna stand out.
It's gonna be interesting to see how Hook and Eddie Kingston work together. Mm-hmm. I can't wait to see that because that was the last pairing that I would have thought of, but it makes so much sense. Yeah. Also, having Hook be under Eddie and learning from Eddie Kingston, bro. We were worried about Hook's promos, right?
Not anymore.
that's probably gonna change in a year.
That's gonna change in a year. Yeah. Like, worry about Hook's promos? Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Not with Eddie Kingston, man.
And imagine if Hook starts working like he does like a mix of like Taz and Eddie Kingston, bro. Ugh, God
Then you gotta
bless.
get him on a New Japan tour, man. Get him in Japan.
Bro, we asked on this podcast, we said Hook should be in the best of Super Juniors.
Yep.
Let Eddie go with him. But, we'll wait to see what happens. Next up, we had a very interesting match with a very interesting stipulation. We had tables and tacks. Mark Briscoe versus MJF. And I give MJF a lot of shit on this podcast. I do. But shout out to MJF because we didn't talk about it at the beginning. Mm-hmm. He was at CMLL 92nd anniversary, had a barn burner of a match with Mexico.
Yep.
Mexico was bloody instantly. MJF was playing up that heel heat. I can admit when I'm wrong. I am never too big to admit when I'm wrong. I thought doing the American thing in Arena Mexico was stupid. It worked out so well. That match was also a barn burner, bro. If you haven't watched Mexico versus MJF from the 92nd anniversary show from CMLO, make time. Go out of your way to watch it. Fantastic match. But back to tables and tacks. Briscoe, MJF both come out. MJF rightfully looks very scared. Mark Briscoe takes all 4 buckets, because all 4 buckets around the ring, like inside the ring, were filled with tacks. He spills them on the ring mat. All 4, there's like thousands of tacks in the ring.
They're everywhere.
Everywhere. And they're fighting on top of the tacks for a good amount of the match. There were points where like they were trying to very early, they were trying to not get slammed into the tacks. Mm-hmm. Mark Briscoe did take them first, but MJF was also in there. He got hit a couple times in them tacks, which I was surprised. I'm not going to hold you. I was not expecting him to go into attacks as many times as he did. I thought he was going to do it once and he was going to be done.
No. He usually goes all in, man.
He does. He does. Both tables got broken. There was another table that got a bunch of thumbtacks poured onto it. There was a point where MJF stuffed Mark Briscoe's mouth full of tacks. Like anything that you could think of to do with tacks was done in this match. There was a chair that had thumbtacks pasted or not stapled, but glued onto it. Mark Briscoe had thumbtacks in the forehead, in the back of his head. Like he got his face stuffed into the mat full of thumbtacks. Like a lot of stuff happened in this match.
Yeah, and he immediately started bleeding. The second he hit those tacks on the floor or on the ground, man, it was blood everywhere.
Bro, Jesus Christ. But we gotta talk about the end, because the end actually made me very happy. Mm-hmm. MJF is doing what he can. He's trying to get tacks out of his hands. He's trying to hit Briscoe whatever he can. MJF also tried to hit a low blow on MJF. Or MJF tried to hit a low blow on Mark Briscoe. That didn't work. Mark Briscoe comes back. He's able to hit a froggy bow through a table full of tacks. He's able to hit another froggy bow onto the tacks for MJF. And then MJF gets up, gets hit with the J Driller, again right on the tacks, and is pinned 1, 2, 3. MJF looks up at the lights. Mark Briscoe gets the win against MJF on pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Should we have expected it? Yes. But I am so happy that Mark Briscoe got the win and on pay-per-view against MJF, because MJF don't be losing a lot. Mm-hmm. Usually, especially on pay-per-view.
Yeah, especially on pay-per-view, yeah.
And he put him over. He put Mark Briscoe over very clean. This was a very necessary win for the future of single-star Mark Briscoe. He got over MJF, former world champion. It looked great. Proffitt, what were your thoughts on this match?
Oh, this match was great. It once again, evolution of Mark Briscoe, man, is just incredible to watch. That guy, ever since just like only doing like singles matches and like maybe like 4-man or 5-man, he is so good now. he's so damn good now. And tip the cap to MJF, man. Like MJF is You know, much as some people don't want to say, MJF is that guy. He can, if you need him to do something, he'll do it. And I think it was probably his idea, right? Because this is the feud he wanted. He wanted a feud with Mark Briscoe.
Yeah, that's true.
Yep. And the tables and Tacks match, I almost guarantee it was his idea.
That wouldn't. At this point, I don't think that would surprise me. I think, like I said at the top of that, I'm very hard on MJF. Mm-hmm. But MJF lost 2 very big matches in the span of 24 hours. He was in Mexico Friday night. It was the 3rd match on the actual card. Mm-hmm. Or 2nd. Yeah, no, third.
Third. Yeah.
And he did exactly what he had to do, right? Like, yeah, I give MJF a lot of shit. But this was very great to see.
Yeah. It's good to see. And yeah, the match was a damn good match. Like it was a crazy match, but it's not as crazy. It's not as insane as you would think it is.
Yeah, you know what? I would agree with you. Because when we heard about the match, I thought it was going to be real bad, right? And granted, it still was pretty gnarly. Like, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, it was. I'm just saying, I'm not sure if that's the best way to say it. Is that it's not as bad as you would think it would be, but it's not like somebody is like taking a fork and stabbing somebody in the head, right?
I was just about to say it was not like the hardest hitting hardcore match of the night. Still good. Still did good. What it needed to do. And again, props to MJF and Mark Briscoe for playing up the Tacks like a lot, right? Like MJF's facial expressions when Mark was pouring out the Tacks, them trying to fight to not get put into the Tacks, them using Tacks everywhere. Like it was like they did what they had to do to make this match great.
Yep. It was great overall. Like I don't really have anything bad to say about the match.
And the right person won.
Yeah, Mark Briscoe won. And then later on we hear about who Mark Briscoe has in his sights next.
Oh yeah, we'll get there. We're gonna get there pretty soon.
Yeah, we're gonna get there pretty soon. But he's looking at a certain family a certain way. So we're gonna see.
So right after this match, they had to take some time to clean up because we didn't talk about it. There were Tacks everywhere.
There's Tacks all over the fucking place.
When MJF went through that table and the Tacks flew, I was like, oh my god, they're gonna go into the crowd. Oh my god.
Yeah. Danielson was like, keep the Tacks over there, you asshole.
Oh, speaking of that, shout out to Danielson. Danielson has been doing commentary for what, like officially full time for a week. Mm-hmm. Already AEW's best commentator.
You know why?
Why?
Because he is not commentating like a commentator.
Yeah.
If you understand what I'm saying.
I do.
He's commentating like he's a fan, right? He sounds like he is like we are watching the show as a fan and just saying whatever the fuck he's going to say. But he does do some story context and things like that. But he is talking as a fan.
Mm-hmm. Especially when we talk about that main event too. The main event, what he was doing during the Coffin match, some of the little witty banter that he's had with like Don Callis already, like just fantastic.
He has some with Taz too.
Oh yeah, we're gonna talk about Taz in that main event because he was probably understandably a little annoyed.
Yeah.
But so after MJF and Mark Briscoe tore the house down, they had to clean up. There's Tacks everywhere, so they had to we couldn't go straight into the next match. Because let me tell you, the people in the next match, I'm pretty sure a couple of people were not going to be trying to wrestle around Tacks. So before that, we had a backstage segment from Dynamite where we had Max Caster and Anthony Bowens. Basically, they got booked into a tag match, and they're not happy about it. Jerry Lynn is like, look, like Proffitt said earlier, y'all suck when y'all alone. Y'all haven't done anything. So I got y'all in a tag match. They were not happy about it, but we will see what happens. Do you have anything on that before we get back into the matches?
Yeah, he was basically like, okay, if you guys don't want to do this tag match, you guys are suspended without pay. Mm-hmm. He's like, so either show up or be suspended. The motherfuckers are showing up next week.
We're gonna get the slow burn for Acclaim to come back.
Oh, and for you guys out there, they're like, "Who's Jerry Lynn?" Let me tell you, that dude's a fucking legend.
Oh my god, well, you kids.
If you don't know, like, I get it. If you're a newer wrestling fan, you don't know who Jerry Lynn is. I'll give you a series of matches. You just need to watch these three, and they're all the same. They're all three of them are the same two people: Jerry Lynn versus Rob Van Dam.
Mm-hmm.
Watch that series. If you ain't a fan of Jerry Lynn by the end of that series, or shit, even by the end of the first one, and I don't know what to tell you. Because, look, this was when Rob Van Dam was in his prime, the longest reigning TV champion in ECW, and Jerry Lynn literally just kind of came out of nowhere. He was doing the indies and stuff, but he came into ECW out of nowhere, because Rob Van Dam called himself the whole fucking show, and he called himself, pretty much the... I think it was the big fucking deal of the real fucking show or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But that series of matches, yeah, Jerry Lynn is the shit. just something to put on you guys' radar, just in case.
Google is your friend.
Yeah.
If you're ever wondering who is this person, Google them, and especially in AEW, I'm pretty sure you will find great things.
Yeah. Or shit. Look at Jerry Lynn's TNA run. Just saying.
Mm-hmm.
The X Division, when they first started out,
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Back when they were doing their monthly pay-per-views?
Yep.
Back in the day?
Back in the day. Look up the X Division title ladder match. That had, it was like a gauntlet. They had Jerry Lynn, Low Key, Amazing Red. Yeah. Look that up. Look that shit up. You're in for a good time.
Oh, yeah. Next up on All Out, we have the Hurt Syndicate with MVP. MVP's wrestling against Ricochet, Toa Leona, and Bishop Khan. They're now calling themselves the Demand.
Mm-hmm.
AKA the old three admirals from One Piece.
Yep.
Bro, the second that I saw all them with them jackets, I was like, yep. And I saw it everywhere. All the One Piece fans immediately put up the same picture with Akainu, Kuzan, and Borsalino all sitting, two of them cross-legged, one of them sitting, three admirals from Marineford, same picture. Everyone posted the exact same thing.
Yes, sir.
Again, in a match that I believe had the right decision, that might have shocked a lot of people, but I will explain as we go. MVP was doing his best to keep up, and he just couldn't.
Yeah.
You want to talk about the story of the match? The story of this match was MVP was doing his best. He's still MVP. He was still able to go out there and do what he had to do. He came out there balling everything. He could not keep up with the demand. Physically and literally, actually, funny enough. Ricochet, Toa Leona, Bishop Khan, they did everything they could to make sure MVP was isolated whenever MVP was in the ring. Yep. There were times where we could get Bobby Lashley, and there were times we were able to get Shelton Benjamin, and they were able to clean house. They were able to do what they were able to do. But there was only so much that they can do, because it was three monsters. It was three admirals versus two monsters and a monster past its prime. And I say that with no disrespect. I'm not saying that's a disrespectful thing. I'm saying that for storyline reasons. Because MVP is a damn baller.
Hell yeah.
So I'm just trying to make that clear. I'm saying it's for storyline reasons that MVP could not keep up with the demand.
Mm-hmm.
At eventually near the end of the match, Bishop Khan and Toa Leona were able to take out Lashley and Shelton Benjamin. Like they dove over the timekeeper's area. They were out. They were done. MVP was alone to fight Ricochet, and he could not do it. The demand came in. They got their trios work going. MVP got taken out with the spirit gun. 1, 2, 3. You could hear the shock in the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
You could hear it. But hear me out. This was the right call.
Yes.
You make the demand look like monsters.
Mm-hmm.
As they should. Yep. Ricochet gets his revenge against the Syndicate for embarrassing him, putting him on this whole road to begin with. The reason we're all booing him now is because of what happened with the Syndicate. And you know, Swerve afterwards. But it started with the Syndicate. They look great. It was the right call. Proffitt, what were your thoughts? So we're going to talk more about it, but Proffitt, what were your thoughts?
The match was fantastic, dude. And that shuts up all the... this is the second match to shut up all the haters, right? That's
in the same week, by the way.
Yeah, 2 in the same week. Literally. But this... here's the interesting dynamic that I think is going to happen. MVP was like, you know what? I'll dust off my boots so I can wrestle again and stuff like that. But this is setting up for a new third member. So MVP is going to be like full-time manager, right? This sets up for a new Hurt Syndicate member. I don't know who's going to be, but we're going to find out sooner rather than later who it's going to be. The match itself was like really fun, man. Like there was one point, I think it was Bobby Lashley. He picked up Ricochet and tossed Ricochet, and he screamed.
Oh yeah, the backdrop. It was like ah.
He was like ah. That shit was hilarious, man. Ricochet is like literally one of the best heels in wrestling right now. And he got a chance to form it, and like I think the funny thing is he's like an anime as fuck villain. If you really look at it, he is like an anime villain 100% now. But yeah, him and the Gates of Agony, money. That was like the perfect pairing. And Bishop Khan and Toa and Leona, those are the perfect monsters to have like with him, to team with him. I love the pairing, everything about the that whole group, and I like all six guys in this match. Just they went in, they did their thing. It was a fun match, man. Like, Shelton Benjamin went in there and he was just a goddamn monster. Ain't nobody getting away from Shelton Benjamin, dude. He was suplexing the shit out of everybody.
Watching that match, I realized the Hurt in the Hurt Syndicate is Shelton Benjamin.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bobby Lashley does Bobby Lashley things, of course, right? Like, it's Bobby Lashley. But the person really doing damage, the person really hurting people, is Shelton.
Shelton Benjamin is ragdolling people. He didn't ragdoll Toa Leona, though. That's a whole... That's a big boy.
He couldn't.
That's a beast right there. That's a monster.
He tried. He couldn't.
He tried. He should. Even Lashley tried and he couldn't.
I mean, Lashley was getting thrown around by Toa earlier this week.
Yeah. Toa Leona's a monster, dude.
That motherfucker Bobby was doing bumps I never thought I'd see him do in AEW. Because I know this is our all-out review. It's our pay-per-view review, so we don't really talk about the weekly shows. But that match between Bobby Lashley and Toa Leona, bro, oh my God.
Ooh. That was hard-hitting. That was, it was everything you could want out of big meaty men slapping meat. That's exactly what it was. But man, like midway through the match, fucking Lashley was playing some of the greatest hits too. He hit the Dominator.
He did.
And I was like, yes, I love the Dominator, dude. I love that fucking finishing move.
I do have one complaint about the match that I have to talk about.
Yep.
The complaint was that this was not for the goddamn trios titles.
Hey, I think Ricochet and the Gates of Agony are going to be the next trios champs.
Listen, no offense to the Ops. I mean no harm when I say this. Especially to you, Katsuyori Shibata. Especially to you, Powerhouse Will Hobbs. Also, especially to you, Joe. I love all three of y'all.
Yep.
Time for y'all to come up off of them titles, bro. It's time. Mm-hmm. This match being for the trios titles would have made it so even better than it was.
Yep.
I don't even care who's going to be champion. It doesn't even matter to me. But this would have been great.
It would have been great now, but I think it'll be even better later.
When we get the new Syndicate member?
Yeah, I think it'll be even better later because the stakes will be higher at that point, right?
Yeah, you're right.
and Ricochet and Crew at that point, because I fully believe they're going to be the next trios champs, and Ricochet and Crew is going to run roughshod on everybody once they get those titles.
Yeah, I fully agree.
Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna see, but it would have been better if it was for the trios title. I do agree.
One day we'll get there. We'll get there eventually.
Oh, there was one thing I haven't said. I think I've said it once. I'll say it again though. The presentation of the Hurt Syndicate, right?
Mm-hmm.
When they come to the ring, dude, they if you see those guys coming after you, they're coming to the ring and you have to fight them. You'd be like, fuck this. Hell no. Because, like, the way they come to the ring, man, is like, you know, you got the theme song playing and all that stuff, and they're coming to the ring all serious and ready to annihilate you. Yeah, man, their presentation is so fucking good.
Also, can I be honest, bro?
Yeah.
I forget how big MVP is sometimes. That man is huge.
He's a giant. So here's the funny thing about people that came from Vince McMahon era WWE. His thing was you had to be able to see the person from the nosebleed section, which is why all the wrestlers are always huge, and that's including Cope and Cage, right? Those are some big guys.
Bro, they towered over FTR.
Yeah. And
I didn't even notice that until, like, this week on Dynamite. When they were face-to-face, I was like, oh my god. Because we talked about this with Copeland before. When Copeland and Luchasaurus were going at it, and Copeland was basically the size of Luchasaurus, who's billed as a giant.
Yeah. Like, those are some big dudes. Like, when I first... Because my first time seeing him live, Christian Cage, in wrestling was during, the TNA event.
Yeah.
And I saw him, I was like, God damn, dude. Christian Cage is big. That's a big dude. So, and, that's not, it's just a, like a little observation. If you observe that, a lot of the people, especially like the tall, the taller and bigger guys that come from WWE, they're big. They're big dudes. You just don't realize it because, it's like the NBA, right? A short point guard is like, 6'2", 6'3"? But they look small compared to all the other guys that are like 6'11", 7 foot, and all that other shit. They're small until they stand up to an average person. Yeah. They're gigantic, right? It's the same with WWE guys. Like, somebody might look small, and then you put them in a ring against, with, somebody that's not from WWE, like on the independent circuits and stuff like that. They make the independent guys look small. Or, like the people from other companies look small. It's not as bad as it used to be. Or not, I'm not saying bad. I don't mean bad as in bad. I mean, it's not as egregious as it used to be. It's just like an observation. It's just those guys are big. Mm-hmm. They're just really big. Like, especially Shelton Benjamin, man. Shelton Benjamin is like supposed to be the smaller of the two. I don't know. I think he just grew bigger, but he's supposed to be the smaller of the two. I mean, he is a fucking massive dude. And so, like, MVP being big, yeah, I totally believe that,
bro. But yeah, I think you're spot on. Because we've had this conversation a lot, and I see this conversation happen a lot. You really don't, like, you don't get, like, a perspective on people in WWE back in the day. You really don't.
Yeah. No. Like, those were some huge guys, dude. Like, and if it was 80s era WWE, oh my God.
Bro, talk about real land of the giants.
Jesus Christ, man. You had like, what? We'll just say Earthquake and Typhoon, right? Mm-hmm. Those guys were like 400 pounds plus a piece.
Yeah, they're tall and wide.
They were tall, big, and athletic. It was complete fucking insanity. Yeah, Vader. Vader is huge.
All while doing moonsaults like a lunatic.
Yeah. Or you have like the Bam Bam Bigelows, or if we're going with the body guys, like the big... Yeah, Warlord and Barbarian and shit like that. I could go on. Those guys were just massive.
Oh man. But going from people who are massive to a very small Japanese woman demon, we have our TBS title match between our champion Mercedes Moné and Riho.
Damn good match.
Oh, let me tell you, bro. Damn good match. Yes, Proffitt. Damn good match. These two women, there were points where I thought that they were legitimately trying to kill each other. Like, Mercedes hit a drop kick on Riho that hit her in the throat. Riho throwing Mercedes around like a ragdoll at some points. Stomped the hell out of Mercedes. Also, with two really nasty diving stomps.
Yeah.
To where I thought Mercedes like broke like 4 ribs.
Stomped her like a Goomba, dude.
Bro, it was so bad. Oh my god. Riho hitting like that crazy dragon suplex that she did near the end of the match.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, yeah, like so much happened in this match. But we gotta talk about the ending. We gotta get there. Mercedes and Riho were having a barn burner. Mercedes was getting more and more frustrated as time was going because Riho was not going away. There was nothing Mercedes could do to put away Riho. So very rarely do we ever see Mercedes actually cheat. It's rare. She's one of those heels that will beat your ass, but if you push her too much, she will then cheat. She doesn't cheat often, but when she does, it means something.
Right.
Because she tore into Riho's eyes while the referee's back was turned, poking her in the eyes, raking the eyes, and then was able to hit the lung blower and the Monet maker for the win. Riho was doing everything she could. Riho could not be stopped. Mercedes had to cheat to do it. And still your TBS champion, Mercedes Moné. Now Mercedes has, at this point now, there are not many women left on the roster that Mercedes hasn't beaten in this TNT title run. Like, I think she's at like 21 defenses.
No,
is it more than that? It's like 20 something.
I think this was her 28th.
Lord have mercy. Here, let me look really quick just to be safe. But I think you might be right because it's high up there.
It's either her 27th or 28th defense.
She's been TBS champion for 482 days.
Mm-hmm.
So we're getting close to that Jade Cargill record. Proffitt, what were your thoughts on this match?
Well, this match was... What? Look, we've had how many... -1 that was like a 6. How many bangers have we had so far?
I think out of that, on the pre-show, I think the lowest match was an 8. Or
okay,
including the pre-show, I think the lowest match was probably like a 7, including the pre-show. But on the actual show, probably like 8.5 and higher for most everything else.
Right. So, look, it is like a 9.5, man. Like, this match was just, they were going to war, man, and everybody forgot how much of a demon Riho is. Riho's a monster. Just like, you guys still haven't seen it yet, but how much of a demon Yuka Sakazaki is. But yeah, Riho, her and Mercedes did their thing. It was a very fun match. But yeah, she was stomping on Mercedes like she was trying to get like she was trying to knock a piñata open or something. She was trying her best. She put all 110 pounds of Riho into Mercedes at all points. And hey, it was a super fun match, man. It was a damn good title defense. Where does Mercedes go from here is the question. Like, I think we could bring somebody like Nyla Rose back.
Tony was asked about that during the post scrum.
Oh yeah, what did he say?
He's like, "Oh yeah, I'm interested." The genuine non-answer that he usually gives.
The TK answer.
Yeah. Also, Mercedes did wrestle Nyla Rose. I just remembered that during the title reign.
I think it was like her second match or something like that.
I'm looking at the defenses right now. It's I should have just got a count. I didn't get a count. Woo! 22.
22. Okay.
22 defenses.
Wait, is that just an AEW alone?
No, specifically just for the TBS Championship.
Okay.
I mean, she's had a lot more matches than that.
Right, because I think she had a few outside TBS title matches outside of AEW.
Yeah, there's a couple on here.
Okay.
Like, that shit is crazy. But yeah, the question, Proffitt, where does Mercedes go from here? Like you said, what are your thoughts, Proffitt? Where do you see Mercedes going next? Knowing now that we're less than 30 days from her beating the TBS title record.
So, okay, so she's less than 30 days from the TBS title record. My original thought, man, my original thought goes with like the aftermath of what happens in the four-way, right?
Mm-hmm.
Of maybe Timeless Toni Storm going after that title now, because she hasn't had it yet, right? TBS title now is like a second world title now. It's just that's just how much it's been built, you know. So I was thinking Timeless Toni Storm, but then the Tony Khan announcement came up, and I was like, "Oh, hold on. Maybe they took maybe they're gonna have Timeless Toni Storm. If they announce the tag titles, it's gonna be Timeless Toni Storm and somebody going for those titles. Maybe Alex Windsor. Who knows? That she's gonna be teaming with somebody."
Mm-hmm.
So Mercedes, man, I don't know. Maybe Megan Bayne.
I mean, I think that's the hard part, right? Like it's hard to see with her reign this long.
Yeah,
we don't know really.
Yeah.
Like, there's no like obvious answer. Because at first I was thinking, oh, you know who would be a really good one? Mm-hmm. It would going back to Alex Windsor, but that literally just happened.
It just happened, yeah.
So I don't know where Mercedes goes next. Like that's the hard part about this. Like, who does she feud with? Right? Like, who is next? Because I'm assuming her next feud is going to be the person that beats her for the TBS championship. Because I don't know how long they're gonna have this reign go. I don't.
It's gonna be over 500 days, right?
Yeah. 508 is the magic number. That's how long Jade's was.
Okay, after 508, it's the days are numbered. Right after that, right? That's not very long. That's not very far away. I'm not sure, because like you could maybe have somebody like start building. The thing is, they got to start building somebody up to it, right?
Yeah.
You could legit have Athena come back and her and Athena start feuding, and that's when she loses to Athena.
Yeah. The hard part about that now too is the last time that they were on screen together, they were a tag team.
Well, it doesn't matter. They hated each other still.
They still were not fans of each other.
It wasn't like they were a tag team and they were like all like chummy together or anything. They were like, okay, we're tagging because we have to, but other than that, I don't want to see your ass again. Mm-hmm. Right?
Do you know where I'm looking at the roster right now? I'm looking at the roster.
Yep.
Mercedes is beating pretty much everyone on here. But where I would like to see her go next, mm-hmm. and who I think should claim the TBS championship after Mercedes beats, the record, if that's what they want to do. Mercedes at this point, Mercedes is already the greatest TBS champion of all time already.
Oh yeah,
like
by far.
Yeah, I don't think you need to record if you want to do that. But if you want to wait, I think the person that I would like to see, Queen Aminata. Queen
Aminata would be great.
Yeah. Megan Bayne would be a good one too, like you said.
Also a good one. Like, shit. If we're just going to go down the list, like Tekla would also be good too.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Sheeta.
Of course. But she beat Sheeta like twice already, I think.
Yeah, but at this point, Mercedes pretty much beaten almost everybody.
Yeah. If Red Velvet wasn't hurt, that would be another one I would put in there.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, I was about to say, I don't know how Tony Khan feels about double champions in Ring of Honor and AEW, but we literally have one in the men's world champion in Bandito. So.
Yeah. Like, can't be really a complaint there. But yeah, I don't know, man. Like that's going to be interesting to see. My guess is we'll find out on Monday. Well, not Monday, but Wednesday.
Wednesday, yeah.
we're going to find out on Wednesday who is stepping up to be next, right? And what that announcement is about. So yeah, we'll see.
That announcement has to be something for the women. Has to be.
It has to be, especially with the way the title, especially with who they pick for the title, for the women's world title.
Yeah, right. Because we'll get to that match in a second. But yeah, with that, there's a whole new era with the women's title now. We're kind of. I love Mercedes. Don't get me wrong, but I'm still of the opinion that I was at Forbidden Door. As much as I love Mercedes has built the TBS Championship up to new heights, great heights. I am ready to see what she's going to do next. Without it,
yeah, same here. I'm ready to see what she does next. I'm just not sure who it is. Right? It was kind of my same dilemma with Timeless Tony Storm, and then they did it, and I was like, oh, makes sense.
See, I think that's interesting. We'll get there in a second, but I think that's the interesting thing about that, right? Because realistically, you don't need to do this like whole big showmanship thing. You have to get a long 6-month feud to do all. You don't have to do that. Literally, all you have to do to move on from someone is either pin them for 3 or make them tap out. That's all you have to do. There's no grandstanding or anything else you have to do. And it's just about who is going to be that person. We saw it with the women's world title, which we'll get to eventually. Yeah. Who is it going to be for Mercedes?
Right. It's just, so it's going to be, we'll just say the women are there. It's just who's going to get the chance, right? Mm-hmm. And whoever gets the chance is either going to they're going to have to wrestle a good 30 minutes. Because that's going to be a war. And they're going to have to pin or submit some Mercedes after that 30 minutes. So, whoever can last that long and put on that kind of match, that's who's going to do it.
All right, Proffitt. I'm gonna ask you the question. If without any kind of like hindrance, well, other than being someone who can actually wrestle currently, right?
Yeah.
If you had the choice for who will beat Mercedes for the TBS Championship, who for you would it be?
Who for me would it be? Oh man, that's a tough one, dude.
I will give you my 2 answers because I have 2. I have one on the AEW. I have 2. I have one on the AEW roster and then one not.
Okay, so we're gonna have 2. Willow would be one.
Okay, that's a good one.
I say so. Willow would be one, of course. Like it would be a full circle moment, right? She took it from Willow, now Willow takes it back. But my second one, that's where it gets like tricky. My second one would probably be, I would have to say Megan Bayne for the second one.
Mm-hmm. See, one of mine is kind of out there. The first one for me is Queen Aminata. Because I think Queen Aminata has earned that right. She's also wrestled Mercedes before, has taken Mercedes to her limit, close to her limit, a long time ago, and she's only improved since. The other one, left field, Shuri. I've been on the trip, but at this point, AEW doesn't really give their titles out to anyone not in AEW. So the Shuri one is very far-fetched. Yeah. That's my dream. I would love that to happen, but I don't think it's going to. Realistically, I think it will be Queen Aminata.
Okay. But
we will move on from there. There's going to be a lot to see. We will see what's going to be happening on Wednesday if she shows up to Dynamite. I believe she will. You know how it is on pay-per-view. The pay-per-view Fallout weeks, we don't really get cards until like Tuesday night, Wednesday morning.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. Other than the announcement, we have the announcement. And we have that one trios match that we'll talk about later. But we will move on to what some are considering match of the night. And I don't blame you if you do. We had the AEW Unified Championship 3-way between the champion Kazuchika Okada, Mascara Dorada, and Konosuke Takeshita.
Yes, sir.
Woo, boy. You want to talk about Danielson being hyped for a match on commentary?
You couldn't stop him.
He was cursing up a storm and everything.
Yeah.
God, I don't even know how I want to talk about this match. All I know is MVP of the night, Mascara Dorada.
Yes.
Because Mascara Dorada had to be in the middle of both Okada and Takeshita the entire time. Okada and Takeshita only touched for like a maybe 5 minutes of the entire match.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of it went through Mascara Dorada. And boy, did they pick the right person to do it. I think a lot of people came out of this. I think a lot of people were fans of Mascara Dorada before. I think people came out of this wanting like the one-on-one match, and Mascara Dorada becoming one of their favorite wrestlers. Because this man went wild in this match, man. Go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead.
Like I said, Mascara Dorada was in the middle of everything. So we get a lot of Okada and Dorada and a lot of Takeshita versus Dorada. We got a little bit of all three of them in the ring together. We got a little bit of Takeshita and Okada against each other. A little bit. Just a little bit. But Mascara Dorada was out here kicking ass. And a big part of this match was Okada and Takeshita not really messing with each other. Those two hate each other.
Mm-hmm.
So much happened in this match. There was a lot going on. Daniels was really excited. We saw a lot. I will get to the end and we will go through everything else. We'll talk about all that as we go. Mascara Dorada was in the ring. He gave Takeshita some time to recover. He got hit with a Raging Fire. I mean, it got stopped for a second, like a little awkward moment where it stopped. But Takeshita picked him up for the Raging Fire. Then Okada comes in and knocks Takeshita out with a drop kick, gets him out of the ring. Takeshita, his head hit the back of the rope and it looked pretty nasty, like the snap of his head looked really nasty.
Yeah.
Okada picked up Dorada, hit him with the Rainmaker after a long match. I'm not talking about everything. We will get to everything as we go. But Okada was able to hit the Rainmaker on Dorada and defended the Unified title. He was able to escape with it. After the match, Takeshita and Okada had a stare down. Takeshita looked frustrated. He looked annoyed. He looked angry. Don Callis, none the wiser, I guess he has no idea what's going on.
Don Callis is an idiot in this situation.
Yeah, he was just happy for both of them. He's like, oh, great, this is a great match. Takeshi's not happy. Takeshi's probably at some point in the next week or two, he's going to Japan because October 13th, he has the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship match against Zack Sabre Jr. Mm-hmm. King of Pro Wrestling. Y'all should watch that. It should be a really good card. Takeshi's upset. Okada's happy. That ends the match. Proffitt, give me your thoughts.
Man, look, Mascara Dorada, if he didn't have a contract, I'm pretty sure Tony Khan was like, yo, get that printer going. During this match, man. Because there's no way he didn't walk out with a dual contract if he didn't have one already. Yeah, that guy was during this match, that guy was the MVP. In a match with two monsters, right? Okada came out. I even texted that to you. I was like, look, Okada got that look. When Okada has that look, he's about to put on a banger.
And he did.
He did. Shit, like, he came out with that same look with Kenny Omega. He just had that look. When he came to the ring, he was coming in, had his anime theme song coming on, he was ready. My boy was ready. And Takeshita's Takeshita, man. What can we say about Takeshita other than that is a future ace of wherever he's going? Or where, whether he's staying at AEW, where he's going to try to be the ace of New Japan, I don't know. But that guy is so ridiculous. But, man, this match, they went crazy, man. Like, There was so much going on. Like, there was that point where, I think you mentioned it, where Takeshita, I think it was the first time him and Okada faced off. And I noticed every time him and Okada faced off, Okada was like, did whatever he could as fast as he could to get Takeshita out of the way. Mm-hmm. Because it was almost like he was like, nah, it'll take too long to take you down. I'm going to take out Mascara Dorada. And he was trying to focus on Mascara. No, because Mascara was going crazy. No one could take his ass down, dude. That double Hurricanrana.
Bro.
Hurricanrana, both of them. Oh, holy shit. Danielson almost lost it. Danielson almost lost his voice during this match. They probably got him the hot tea out there or something, man, because Yeah, that double Hurricane Rana was crazy. And yeah, man, it just there was that exchange, that New Japan exchange between Takeshita and Okada.
Mm-hmm.
And you could look the second they started doing it, you're like, oh, this is a New Japan exchange. Ooh, this ain't over. I want that full match. This is what I want. I want the full match. The one-on-one between Okada and Takeshita. We probably get it after Takeshita comes back from Japan. But I want the pay-per-view match. I want that.
God bless.
So hopefully we're leading up to that.
I think we are. I think someone said that we got Okada and Takeshita in a 4-way last year. We got them in a 3-way this year.
Mm-hmm.
There was only one step next.
Yep. maybe Takeshita leaves the Don Callis family. Who knows?
I mean, with how frustrated Takeshita looked at the end of that match, and with Takeshita, like, over the last couple of weeks, like, actively, like, kind of antagonizing Okada since we got the little tournament.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, for like the last year.
For last year, yeah.
I can see it happening. I can see Takeshita leaving the Don Callis family.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was just overall just fantastic match. Like I said, this is some people's match of the night. I definitely do not blame you. I don't know how you pick a match tonight from this whole card. I really don't.
Yeah.
I can think of 5 matches on this card that I could consider match of the night every other night.
Well, I'm just at that point where we were leading up to the at this point, before the matches after that, this was my match of the night up to this point. But the match of the night kept moving for me. Like, it was Mercedes Riho, and then this match came on, and it was this match, and it just, it keeps snowballing after that. It just all the matches just kept getting better and better.
Speaking of getting better, we had probably our most brutal match of the night, the wildest match of the night for sure.
Oh, yeah.
We had our Coffin match between Jon Moxley and Darby Allin. Commentary noted that this was Jon Moxley's first Coffin match, which I thought was crazy, but I guess it makes sense. I don't think he's had another one.
Nuts.
It is, right? You think out of all the matches Jon Moxley has had in his long career, he would have had at least one other Coffin match, but no. Jon Moxley comes out. We don't get Darby Allin's music because Darby is on go from the second that Jon Moxley hits the arena.
Mm-hmm.
They're fighting through the arena. They're fighting everywhere. They eventually get back to the ring. It doesn't help Darby because at some point, the rest of the Death Riders come out. Claudio, Wheeler, Garcia, and Marina was there with him basically the entire time because that's how it is, right? We did get to a point though, very interestingly enough, like the Death Riders were not out there for very long.
No. Because
Moxley, like, they went outside, they talked for a second, and Moxley kind of shooed them all the way, including Marina Shafir. So very quickly, he got them out of there, and it was a one-on-one. For a little bit.
For a little bit, yeah.
Mox and Darby were going back and forth. We had the fork spot that Moxley did to Darby. Now Darby's doing it back to Moxley. Moxley's ear was bleeding almost instantly.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it just was ear for ear, I guess. They were going crazy. There was a point where Darby Allin was getting very close to winning. Darby went out of the ring. He went to Danielson. Danielson, who was obviously not really happy to see Jon Moxley. He has not been. Danielson gives him a bag. And it's the plastic bag, a very similar one to the one that Death Riders used on Danielson.
Mm-hmm.
Darby almost kills Moxley. Honestly, he does it twice on the show, which is funny.
Murder attempt number 1.
Number 1. It was working. He was about to throw Moxley into the coffin. Moxley was out. And then we get a return that I don't think anyone expected. And I don't think anyone recognized him right away. Until we actually saw him.
Yeah.
Returns. Hits Darby with the smoothest of pump kicks. And then picks up Darby and throws him into the other coffin. Because there was 2 coffins. I didn't mention that before. There's 2 coffins. And these coffins were used as weapons a lot throughout this match also.
Oh, yeah.
Darby had like a cut on his shoulder because like the impact did not look good for when he hit that second coffin, and then he got basically Pac stuffed him into the coffin, and Moxley just closed it, and that was it. Pac, who has his hair cut and was fully clothed, helped Jon Moxley beat Darby Allin in a coffin match. After the match, Jon Moxley's going crazy. Jon Moxley also gave Darby Allin the kiss of death at one point in this match too, which is funny. The Death Riders all come back out. They pick up the coffin and they take it back to the back, as Moxley's actively talking shit this entire time. Proffitt, what were your thoughts?
Oh, I love this match. Because, man, the best car crash wrestler, Darby Allin, is doing his thing, man. Because everything was devastating on him. But he uses his full body weight every time to try to beat people. Like at one point, that coffin, the coffin he eventually got stuffed in, how it got broken was that Mox was standing up on the outside. Darby Allin decides to suicide dive and go shoulder first into Mox in the coffin, and then the coffin fell over. Darby's insane. But this match, this is one of those matches where it's like, yeah, man, like his insanity, it's even more up there because of the stakes of the match. So he's just fighting for his life.
That shit was wild. Also, Pac returning, I didn't even recognize him at all.
He didn't have the long hair. He had his hair cut. He was wearing clothes. I thought
it was weird.
Everybody was weirded out by it. They're like, wait, he wears clothes?
We have barely ever seen him in actual clothes in AEW. Usually in his gear.
Yep.
But yeah, this is not going to be the last that we talk about the Death Riders today. We will talk about them a little bit later.
Yep.
We're going to move on very quickly. We had a backstage segment because, again, they had to clean up mess, blood, all that kind of stuff. Had to get that out of the way. We had the conglomeration in the back. And Roddy. I'm not going to add him into the conglomeration. He was not happy to be there. So we get word that we're going to get a 6-man tag match with the conglomeration, Mark Briscoe, Kyle O'Reilly, and someone that Kyle O'Reilly called on the phone. We don't know who it is. All we know is that when Kyle asked if he's ready, all he said was, whatever. Versus 3 members of the Don Callis family. Mm-hmm. We don't know who it is, but there was a lot of lazy thumbs up, or the small little thumbs up that a certain person does. Mm-hmm. So it sounds like the International Championship GOAT, the workhorse of workhorses, is coming back on Wednesday.
Man.
Which means that in the span of a week, we got Pac back, we got Eddie Kingston back, and we potentially could be, well, I actually even say potentially at this point because it feels like it's all but confirmed. We're also getting Orange Cassidy back this week.
Yeah.
Wow, world we live in. Proffitt, do you have any thoughts on that segment?
Well, I was like, man, we lost 3, but now we get 3 more. 3 more kind of come back.
3 very important pieces of AEW too, which is crazy.
Yeah. Well, wait, no, 4.
Who'd I forget?
No, we gotta go up. We gotta go up a couple matches.
Yeah. But we'll get there. Mm-hmm. Next up, we got our AEW Women's World Championship match between Chris Statlander, Thomas Toni Storm, Jamie Hayter, and Tekla. First off, shout out to the video package for this before it, with Toni Storm narrating. Mm-hmm. Fantastic. Also, the editing for it was immaculate. I don't know who they got for it. I don't know who was back there. I don't know if it was Tiger Style. I don't know if it was Lee. I know Lee edits back there sometimes. I don't know if it was the other Tiger Style, the one who used to do stuff on Twitter. I don't know who it was. Fantastic. All these women came here to fight. Also, we should mention that Chris Statlander came out here with a new theme and new graphics.
She's back to being an alien.
Mm-hmm. Once I saw that, I was like, oh yeah, she's winning. Immediately. I put on Blue Sky. I was like, oh, Chris Statlander got new music. Yeah, she's winning. And was I right? Yes. Yes, I was. But before we get there, these women were beating the hell out of each other
Mm-hmm.
There was no time for any kind of like truce, no nothing. All these women just want to kill each other. Tekla beat up Jamie Hayter at one point. Statlander beat up Tekla at one point. Tekla beat up Statlander at one point. They all went at time with Toni Storm. Like they all went crazy. Like Statlander or Toni Storm hit a couple Storm zeros, couldn't get the match done. Hayter was out here slinging Haterades like nothing. Tekla broke up those matches, or broke up those pin attempts. It got crazy, and let me tell you, the way the match started is kind of the way the match ended, because Wheeler Yuta went out there again in Toni Storm in Chris Statlander's ear. Chris Statlander keeps on playing this off like she hates him, but I've noticed that she won't shoot him right away. She'll stay there and she'll listen, but then she'll act afterwards, after he's leaving, like nothing's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Which brings us to an interesting point at the end of the match. We had Toni Storm and Chris Statlander in the match by themselves at the end. Tekla's been using belts and all this kind of stuff. Everyone's been like, Jamie had to use a handkerchief at some point to choke out Tekla. Like a lot happened in this match. For as short as it was, this match had a lot going on in it.
Yeah.
Chris Statlander uses Wheeler Yuta's seatbelt pin to beat Toni Storm and to become the new AEW Women's World Champion. Mm-hmm. Toni Storm is surprised. She looks a little happy. Still surprised. Statlander's holding up that title and it just looks so right. Harley Cameron comes out to celebrate. We get the fireworks. And finally, on her second attempt in 4 years for the title, Chris Statlander is your AEW Women's World Champion.
Mm-hmm.
Proffitt, what were your thoughts?
Oh, I thought it was great. Like, that surprise, the surprise of, like, because everybody was like, oh, well, Toni Storm's going to win again. But Chris Statlander using the seatbelt pin, using the Wheeler Yuta special, I'll call it, to pin Toni Storm was, that was great. And, Chris Statlander is world champion now, so I think she's going to have a nice, good title reign. I don't think it's going to be short. But the match was fun, man. Like, right out the gate, Tekla went at everybody. Nobody was safe.
Crazy little spider.
Just the fucking little psychopath, man. Like, she was attacking everybody. Like, the second shit, I don't think it mattered if the bell rung or not. I don't even think she heard the bell because she was already going after somebody. The second the bell rang, she was going nuts, man. And yeah, man, like, all these ladies delivered. It was a very fun match, man. But yeah, it was an interesting win. So I can't wait to see where it goes. I can't wait to see how they're gonna package Chris Statlander as a champion. Is she gonna be the champion that goes and fights like anyone and everyone, which is kind of what I'm expecting. More like Mercedes like run where she's like fighting anyone everywhere, or yeah, like what kind of title reign are we going to see with Chris Statlander? I'm very interested because it's going to be drastically different than the Toni Storm title reign.
We've talked about this outside of the podcast, but the last couple years for the AEW Women's World Championship have been kind of revolved around Toni Storm. Even if Toni Storm was not holding the title, it felt like we were kind of like waiting for her to come back, right? Yeah. Like even when Mariah May was a great champion, but we all kind of knew that we were just kind of waiting for Toni Storm to come back to finish that story. Now we have an opportunity, and we have a very interesting story when it comes to Chris Statlander, because like you said, we have no idea how she's going to be packaged as champion, and I think that's not only is that by design, that's also like storyline driven, right? Because we don't know what side Chris Statlander lays her head on. Because we know we can hear her saying it all the time. That the people should trust her and that she's not with the Death Riders and that she hates Wheeler Yuta, all this other stuff, right? But actions speak louder than words. She can say all she wants. But the fact that she's used Wheeler Yuta's seatbelt pin twice now, and she doesn't get rid of him immediately whenever he shows up, because he shows up everywhere with Stat. Like anywhere that is, he is there.
Yeah.
It's interesting. We don't know where she is, so it's gonna be interesting to see where she goes. Also, it's gonna be interesting to see how far away we get away from Tony Storm in this. Because as much as I love Tony is the like we said, the greatest character AEW has right now.
Mm-hmm.
The best. It will be nice to see what she does next without the championship, like in her orbit.
So now that we've talked about this 4-way,
yes,
goes to my other thing. If Tony Khan announces the women's tag team titles this week on Dynamite, I think that's where Toni Storm's going. She'll be out of the orbit of the world title, but she's going to go into the tag team division with like Alex Windsor and go for the tag titles.
Yeah, I can see that.
Or whoever. I don't know. Like Alex Windsor's the first one that came to mind, but shit, it could be Windsor, it could be Thunder Rosa, whoever, right?
Or Mina. Like she has a few tag partners.
Yeah, like whoever she chooses as a tag partner, they're gonna be in that division. So I feel like she's like literally the perfect person to start a new division and set up, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think if that's what happens, that's where she's going. Or she can maybe go to the TBS title. I don't know. Because it's not like, let's be real now, the TBS title is not a step down or anything. It's a second world title. That's what it is now. So yeah, we shall see, man. Like, it's going to be very interesting to see where that goes.
I'm guessing we're going to see Stat on Wednesday. Like, I'm pretty sure. So I'm guessing we're going to get very quick to see where she goes next.
Yeah, they might do the rematch, but if the rematch is on like Collision or Dynamite, Toni Storm ain't winning at all, and this is just to bury the rest of it, right? Like Chris Statlander wins clean, and that's the end of it. And Toni Storm goes to whatever her next thing is. They just go their separate ways.
I mean, we've seen. You brought that up last night too when we were talking last night, but it definitely is something that AEW does, right? Like they did it with Chris Statlander already with Jade. Mm-hmm. She beat Jade twice. Once in that once that Double or Nothing, that match after the match that Jade had, and then on I think Rampage, Collision, wherever it was, they had another match. I forget exactly what show it was on.
Yeah, I think it was Collision.
I think so, but they had that. We saw it with Hangman and Jon Moxley, right? Like they had the Texas Death match at Allin, and a few weeks later in Chicago they had their world title match. So it's possible.
Yep.
But I agree with you. That should be once Toni Storm loses that's it. She goes somewhere else.
Right. That's what happened to Jon Moxley, right? He lost. He's kind of like, all right, that's it. He's gone. He's Darby's the new target. That's where he's going, or And Toni Storm, it's like she loses that, or shit. Maybe if he announces those tag titles, maybe she just immediately just darts towards the tag titles. Who knows?
It's true. Possible. It could be anything.
Mm-hmm. So we'll see.
We'll see. Next up, we had technically our semi-main event of the night. The AEW World Tag Team Championship 4-way ladder match. We had Brodito versus Jet Speed versus the Young Bucks versus Josh Alexander and Hechicero. Hechicero and Mascara Dorada were also two who were at the CMLL show last night. Like they had a few people who or Friday night. So shout out to everyone who made the trip. Like they wrestled within 13 hours. It was crazy. As crazy as this match was. I'm not gonna go into the whole match because Lord have mercy, did they do a lot?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not gonna talk about the entire match because we would be here for another 55 minutes. But we did see that the Young Bucks were there. Who they tried to get the tag titles at the end. They couldn't. Jet Speed got murdered. Both of them.
Yeah, they got Sonic and Tails got beat again.
They got destroyed. Although they got close a few times, but they got murdered. Don Callis family tried their best also to grab the titles. They could not. What's the I think I might be mixing it up a little bit. Yeah, I am mixing it up because I was about to talk about the return, but that didn't happen until after the match.
That happened after, yeah.
Yeah, that happened after the match. I mixed myself up for a second. Bandito was able to take care of Josh Alexander Hechicero with Brody King. Then Hechicero was able to go up and grab the title. He dropped one to Brody and then grabbed one for himself. And Brodito retained the tag team championships. Again, I'm skipping over a lot of things in this match because a lot happened in this match. Like the 4 table spots on the 4 corners, the 3 table spots, and then Bandito doing the backflip with the ladder. Brody King killing Speedball Mike Bailey with the Gonzo bomb on the ladder that literally snapped in half. Kevin Knight being thrown off of a ladder into 2 tables that killed him. A lot happened in this match. So, like I said, we will probably talk about that as we go, but I need to get to the end of this match now. The end segment. We saw Brodito win. The Bucks were in the ring. They were upset about them losing because they couldn't bribe anyone with the money that they had. Jack Perry comes to the ring. The other return that you mentioned earlier, Proffitt.
Yep.
Slides into the ring. And he's looking at the Bucks. The Bucks are like, "Hey, we're happy you're here." Gives him the middle finger and then attacks him. Rocky Romero comes out to try to get Jack Perry off of him. It kind of works. Jack Perry took a couple super kicks. Then he was about to get hit with the BTE trigger, but Jack Perry did that little smirk that he does, and the lights went out. And when they come back, Luchasaurus is here. We get the thing that Proffitt called Day 1, by the way, where we see the video, the full video of Luchasaurus coming back to life, which people forget that we saw before. We've seen the video before. So people are like, why is Luchasaurus coming back if he was already here? We saw the video before. When he came back first, we've seen the video. But now we get to see the blown out version with Jack Perry in there. Luchasaurus and Jack Perry take out the Young Bucks. Luchasaurus throws a little kill switch thing off into the crowd. The Tarzan boy comes on. Everyone's excited. They embrace. Jungle Express is back. And we're just in a very happy place right now. Proffitt, what were your thoughts?
Well, I thought that whole thing was great, man. And, the thing you hinted at the beginning of the podcast was, righting some of the wrongs,
Mm-hmm.
And I think bringing them back together is one of the rights, right? But it's going to be an interesting new dynamic, though, in my opinion. Because we have a different Jack Perry, very different Jack Perry now than when he was Jungle Boy back in the past. And they didn't change his name to Jungle Boy. He's still Jack Perry.
Yep.
Now. They changed Kill Switch to Luchasaurus on the site. He's Luchasaurus again. But this might be like a little bit darker version of the Jungle Express, or, of their team. They might come in with the scapegoat van and shit, and to come out of there and wreck people and then leave. We're going to see. But I thought that was cool. The tag match, man, the Bucks are insane. I'm just going to say that.
Yeah, man.
Those guys, they're so damn good. They're so ridiculously good. Just as a tag team. Like, literally, another one of the best tag teams in the world. And man, Brodito is having... The short run that they have right now is already fantastic.
Yeah, it is.
And the other part of Brodito, Bandito... That guy, man, I don't know what to say. He is having a year. He is having one of the best years you could have in wrestling. Like, that dude's putting on fantastic matches wherever he goes. But the match as a whole, the match was complete insanity. It was great from start to finish. And no one swung a chair and hit themselves in the head and knocked themselves out. So.
I still don't know how he did that.
These guys were slinging chairs and shit everywhere. So I don't know. But that one part where it was on top of the ladder. And I forgot who it was. I forgot who. Somebody did it was a pile driver on one of those stacked ladders.
On
Hechicero.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh no, the flip. So on Hechicero was laid out, right? Speedball goes up and he does the Omega weapon on the Hechicero, but he misses the chest and hits him in the head.
Yeah, crushed his face with like his shins.
Hechicero's like, oh, Jesus, and just flies off of the thing. It was like, fuck. Oh, God.
The ladder that his tag team partner set up, by the way. Josh Alexander set up that ladder.
Josh Alexander's another insane person.
He showed in this match, for sure.
But apparently, someone soon is getting kicked out of the Don Callis family.
I mean, he's been teasing, like, what? Cage, right? Because he's been talking real bad about Cage on Twitter.
Who, Kyle Fletcher?
No, Don Callis.
Oh, okay, yeah, because supposedly it's supposed to be Kyle Fletcher kicking them out personally.
It'd be interesting to see what's going to happen with that after he, kind of did not do what he was supposed to do.
Yeah, but, it's not going to be the Canadian GOAT. You can't kick him out.
No. As much as he's been doing for the Don Callis family lately, no, you can't kick him out.
He's been the glue, man. Stopping them from imploding. But, everybody on this match was great. The Jet Speed came out to the Sonic and Tails, came out with their Sonic and Tails gear. But, just like Sega, they lost the war once again. Anybody that has a Nintendo already knows. Just saying. Well, no. Hey, it's fine. The right team won.
I think we'll talk about that on the command grab.
We could talk about that, but it's a losing effort. Who has console and who doesn't? Yep, that's what I thought. Who ended at the Dreamcast? Okay. Yep.
Talk about evil companies. Talk about evil companies. Great console that I never owned. So,
Well, I'll go back to wrestling after this.
It
was one of the consoles I'm surprised. Well, no, you were gaming at that point in time, so I understand.
Yeah.
But if you were, it would probably been your favorite console.
With the games that were on it, yeah.
Because it had the most... It had every arcade-perfect fighting game you can think of. From Neo Geo to the Capcom. Everybody, all the fighting games were perfect from arcade to console on that system.
Up until a few years ago, that was still the gold standard. Like, a lot of people were still playing, like, MC2 and CVS2 and stuff like that from Dreamcasts. Like, you didn't have a choice. Oh, the good... Yep. The good days. I wish I was playing games at that time. It is what it is, though.
But, back to the match. Bandito won. Bandito almost forgot to get the second belt off. He started celebrating after only one belt. He pulled the first belt off and he was like, yeah! And they were like, no, you gotta get the second belt. And he was like, oh shit. And he got the second belt. So, overall, it was a fantastic match. I loved the end segment. Jungle Boy and, well, not Jungle Boy, I'm going to say Jack Perry and Luchasaurus getting back together. They're going to be ridiculous in the tag team scene now. So, I can't wait, man. We're moving along. AEW is like firing off on all cylinders, even without three main players, and new players are just stepping up left and right.
I mean, AEW has the roster for it, right?
Yep.
This is what we were talking about earlier too, right? About righting a lot of the wrongs and the mistakes. Also investing into those day one people that showed a lot of promise. Like we've had, like, MJF has been like to the heavens, been pushed by AEW, right?
Yeah.
A lot of the other ones have not so far. They've had success. Like Chris Allin has had success. Jungle Boy's had success, right? Luchasaurus was a TNT champion, right? Like all this stuff. But now it feels like the company's really starting to like put them in big spots.
Mm-hmm.
Finally. And it's just nice to see.
Yeah, I think with there's only one that they're not.
But we don't have to worry about him.
We don't have to worry about them. He's in Ring of Honor. So.
Yeah. He's doing what he has to do over there.
Yeah. But yeah, I agree. It's just everybody. I think the thing with MJF is MJF was ready from the start.
Yeah, for sure he was.
Like talent wise, he was already there. Like, there's no arguing that. He was already there.
Yeah.
And the other ones had to catch up. That's the thing. All the rest of them need to catch up. So, and, you know, they're catching up, and they're going to get some good spots. So, you know, again, like, I can't wait to see it and see how they're going to start doing all this. Because it sounds like there's a lot of wheels in motion right now. So, yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see.
It should be very interesting. Like, AEW, there's a lot to see in AEW going forward. We have to talk about a couple more things. Really quickly. I don't even want to have to talk about it too much. Jon Moxley tried to give a promo. Darby Allin came out of the coffin and tried to murder him. For the second time tonight.
Yeah, this time, though. This time.
At first, he was about to bash him over the head with that pipe that he had from the match. But then he looked to his side. He was like, "Yeah." So he put him mostly into the body bag. His arms and head were kind of out, like his shoulders and head were out. Moxley's, because Moxley was knocked out. Darby then takes some lighter fluid, sprays it on Moxley's, like on the legs of Moxley where he is in the body bag, and it sets it on fire.
Mm-hmm.
So, literally after Jack Perry comes back, we see someone get set on fire. And of course, the same person who set Jack Perry on fire, the same person who set Jon Moxley on fire. Darby Allin. Darby got dragged away by security. Moxley was freaking out. And, yeah, if you thought that this stuff between Darby Allin and Jon Moxley was over, not even close. You have any thoughts on this?
Oh, man, let's see. Between Mox and Darby Allin, 2 Exhibit A, B, and C, 2 attempted murders and an arson. all between Moxley and Darby.
Just on the pay-per-view. Because Moxley has done attempted murder on Darby. He threw him down a flight of stairs last year.
Mm-hmm.
Darby has jumped from a story high to jump on top of Moxley and everybody. Like, it's their feud is just who is trying to murder the other. Even though Jon Moxley said that he loves Darby. He said it a couple times now. So we'll see where that goes.
He didn't want it to come to that, but he had to do it.
He had to do it. He had a choice. Darby won't figure things out. He's not staying down. Obviously, still not, because he set Jon Moxley. Not tried. He set Jon Moxley on fire.
Yep, this ain't over. No one sets Jon Moxley on fire. He gets away with it.
Those two are about to murder each other. I don't know. The Coffin match, I don't know what they're going to do next, but we'll figure it out as we go. I do know what's next, though.
What's next?
Our main event of the evening.
Hot damn.
We have the AEW Men's World Championship match between Hangman Adam Page and TNT champion Kyle Fletcher.
Ooh. Ooh, boy.
Bro, do we even have to talk about the match? Can we just talk about how great Kyle Fletcher and Hangman are?
Look. I lost words for a second. That's how good that match is. It's so fucking good, man. Like, look, you should watch the whole card. You should totally watch this match. This was match of the night, in my opinion. Kyle Fletcher, and if you've been on the channel, you already know how much I love me some Kyle Fletcher. He's the guy, man. Like, he's one of the next in line. After this match, for sure he's one of the next in line. He's future world champion. There's no doubt about it. You know, minus what jobber Stevie Richards says. He is one of the best wrestlers on the roster. Kyle Fletcher is it, man.
Bro, yes. 1,000 times yes. 1,000,000 times yes. The fact that this was Kyle Fletcher's first pay-per-view main event.
Mm-hmm.
First, the concept of the build for this also. I know we've been talking about builds on and off, but we haven't actually specifically stated that because I guess people still don't think AEW has stories. When I tell you, we have broken down every single match, every single story implication this entire time we've been here. Yeah. Every match we've extended out talking about 20 minutes. because of implications of story that happened before, during, and after matches.
Mm-hmm.
When I tell you the story of Kyle Fletcher not being ready for this moment and seeing that play out throughout the match with Kyle getting frustrated, with Kyle literally trying to kill himself and Hangman to make this happen, and for Hangman to be like, listen, I was where you are. I used to be where you are. I used to look up and see what was happening. Now I am the guy, and I'm telling you right now, eventually you will be ready. Right now you are not. That made Taz really mad, by the way. A lot of things this main event made Taz really mad.
There was two things that made Taz mad. That was the first one, and Taz went off on a thing. Was like, yo, if you're in this company, you're wrestling, you're at the highest level, you're ready whenever you win. You're ready, damn it. You are ready whenever you win. Other thing that pissed Taz off was Danielson pissed him off. Because Danielson was talking about because you know how Danielson had his neck issues. Everybody forgets Taz broke his neck.
Yeah.
At one point in time, because when he got suplexed by Shane Douglas in ECW, his neck got broken.
Mm-hmm.
And Danielson was like, "Oh, Danielson was talking about the with his neck injury. He was doing it as a generalization that your grip gets weak and all that stuff." And Taz was like, "Nope, that doesn't always happen." He's like, "Well, not that a lot of people give a shit, but he's like, I broke my neck, and I didn't lose any grip strength or anything like that." Kind of saying like, "Hey, when you're depending on where in your neck gets broken, different things happen. It's not the same thing. It doesn't happen in general. Like you could keep your depending on where it broke, you could keep all your strength, but other things lack. So he was quick to call Brian out on that one."
And yeah, you already said it, Proffitt. I'm gonna say it again. Taz, we care about your neck being broken. Please don't ever think that we don't care about what you went through. Taz, you are one of the greats. Please understand that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this going back to the match, bro. This match, it had everything that you wanted. This was also, fun fact, the first main event that not the first. I'm not gonna say that. The last time the main event of a pay-per-view had no shenanigans was also a Hangman match. Hangman versus Ospreay.
Mm-hmm.
And then before that and after that, a lot of these main events have had shenanigans. Basically since, I'll say since like All Out. All Out had a little bit of, or All In had a little bit of shenanigans with Swerve and Danielson. A little bit of shenanigans in there.
Yeah.
Not as much as like Death Rider stuff, but had a little bit of things here. So it was very nice just to see two in their prime. Well, not even in their prime. Kyle Fletcher's not even in his prime yet. Two young stars who are going to be the present and the future of wrestling just go at it for about 40 minutes.
Yeah.
And boy, did they kill each other. I'm not going to talk about the match. I implore everyone, because I will just ramble. Just if you have not watched this match and you're this deep into this podcast, listen to us first, because we're almost done. Just stay, listen.
Hey.
Make sure you give us some likes. Make sure you give us some comments too. Do all that good stuff.
Do all the things.
Yeah, we'll talk about those soon. But listen to this podcast, finish the podcast, and then go out of your way and at least watch the main event, like Proffitt has already said.
Mm-hmm.
Hangman did get the win. Don Callis did not look happy outside of the ring. Don Callis also did not interfere. He was on commentary the entire time, but did not interfere, because if he would have, Kyle Fletcher would have been stripped of his TNT championship.
Yep.
I was expecting someone to come out after. I was expecting some kind of like shenanigans. We didn't get any, and I appreciate that we didn't get anything. Hangman was just able to walk out, which I love. It was just a fantastic match, top to bottom. So much great stuff happened in here. Like I said, I'm not gonna talk too much about the match. Just go watch it. Proffitt, what were your thoughts on the All Out main event?
All Out main event, like I said from the beginning, that was probably match of the night for me. And my match of the night shifted like 4 or 5 times, right? But This one right here, that was match of the night. Period. It was those guys showed out. There was at one point I was like, my belief was kind of suspended for a second because Kyle Fletcher, he the way he was coming at Hangman, he did those kicks like 3 times. Well, he did 2 times and missed the third one.
Mm-hmm.
But he also did the sheer drop brainbuster twice. Hit Hangman with it twice.
Yep.
I thought it was that second time he hit it. I was like, oh shit. He hit that clean in the middle of the ring. This might be over. Hangman kicked out. And Hangman fought back. And eventually, the one spot I'll talk about this whole match is the top rope one.
Oh, God.
Both on the top rope. Hangman gets him in the deadeye and does an avalanche deadeye off the top rope.
Oh, I was so scared for Kyle Fletcher's neck a lot of this match.
Yeah. There was a lot of deadeyes in this match.
Hangman also hit the big pressure, and Kyle landed basically on the back of his head and his neck.
Yep. He didn't flip him all the way through. And man, he was also about to hit the Kenny's move, the One Wing Angel.
Yeah. He got the
Kyle was like, nope. He was like, oh God, no. No. I ain't kicking out of that. No. But yeah, this match was fantastic. All the way around, man. So there's any match on the card you watch this one. They were all great, except for maybe one. But for sure, watch this match.
Man, bro, I could have said it better. Like this, just an incredible showing, incredible match. It was fantastic. From this whole match from top to bottom was fantastic. It just yeah, I don't know if I can sing this praises anymore. Like these are the world title matches we want to see. This is what we want. Yeah, so I'm very excited to see what happens next with not only Hangman but Kyle Fletcher. The future is very bright in wrestling and in AEW.
Oh yeah, for sure. This was the world title match. This is a world title match that you want to see.
Yes,
this is a world title match, right? Not that clown show that you saw on the other show. That what was the thing that was supposed to counter program it. Not that thing. This is a world title match.
We like we said, you can't counter program this show. You can't counter program AEW right now. Like they're just on another level right now, bro.
You can't counter program them without looking. If you don't bring anything better or even close to it, you just look worse. You just look bad. Bad or worse. Take your pick.
Oh God. But yeah, bro. I just like I said, I can't sing the praises high enough of this match. We will be here for another hour if we do that. But yeah, just fantastic main event. Fantastic show overall. I am very excited to see where we go next. Our next pay-per-view for AEW is not that far away. It's Wrestle Dream. Wrestle Dream is in like what, 1 to 4 weeks?
Yeah, I think it's like 4 weeks.
So we're not that far from our next pay-per-view in St. Louis. So Proffitt, do you have any more thoughts on the main event or All Out as a whole?
So All Out as a whole, you take the show as a whole, like what we got, 6+ hours of wrestling, actual pro wrestling, not actors acting like they're wrestling, pro wrestling. Man, it was a fantastic show. It was probably from top to bottom, even from the pre-show to the end of the show, fantastic the whole way through. Definitely like it's one of the top shows of the year, again from AEW.
Crazy how that happens.
Yeah. So what did you think, man?
I thought this was for sure one of the best pay-per-views of the year. I'm having a hard time figuring out what I think my show of the year is right now from AEW, but I think I've narrowed down to 3. I think Double or Nothing, despite the fact that it wasn't in Vegas. Sad, but still a fantastic show. All In and All Out, I think, are my top 3 AEW shows of the year. And I don't know which one. I don't know which one's going to top at the end of the year. We still have a couple more pay-per-views before we wrap up this year from AEW.
Yeah, that's the crazy part.
Yeah, and if they're doing this right now, I don't know what they're about to do next.
We shall see, man.
But man, do you have anything else that you want to talk about? We talked at length about everything. Do you have anything else you want to hit before we wrap this one up?
No, man. I think it's time to close it out.
All right, y'all made it through. I think by the time this is edited, it might be like, it's probably not gonna be the normal time, but this is a very extended episode. So thank you all if you made it this far. If you want to listen to this on the go, I'm gonna say that one first. If you're already on the go, make sure you listen to us on Spotify. This podcast is up there. It shows up every week. You can find this one pretty immediately. If you look up THGPW podcast, you'll be able to find us. It's up there. You can listen to it on the go while you're working out. Anything else, you can make sure you can listen to us there. Again, everything's on there. So make sure you go over there, like us, give us 5 stars, give us a good rating, all that kind of good stuff. But if you want to talk to us directly, because I know, especially after that beginning, you probably have some words for us.
Bring it.
Make sure you're following us on Blue Sky. You can follow the podcast at TAGPW Podcast. You can follow Proffitt at Proffitt, Proffitt. I want the smoke. So if you want to follow me at Shikoku, Shikkoku. I never spell it out. That's how you know I want the smoke. Because I know we said something that you don't like.
Well, he wants all the smoke today, so
all of it.
Look, if you listen to the podcast, he never spells it out. He spelled it out today. He wants all that smoke.
Also, the Saints lost today, and I'm still in like a horrible mood from that. but definitely come talk to us if you have any comments, questions, concerns, anything. Eventually, I want to do like a thing where we get comments off of Blue Sky and we talk about those. So definitely make sure you're in our mentions. Talk to us, and we'll answer back. Also, again, I want the smoke. So if you want to say something to me about what we said today, definitely do. Proffitt, tell the people about the YouTube.
All right, guys. So I've seen a bunch of you guys, sitting down, relaxing, watching the whole show. So first off, thank you to all the people watching, listening to the whole show. We appreciate it very much. So you know what I got to do. I got to do the thing. So I'm going to ask you to do a few things. First off, if you like that show, tap that like button. It for sure helps us out, gets the podcast to people that would like an AEW podcast, like a new wrestling show to listen to, that has different thoughts and is not regurgitating what the rest of the wrestling podcasts are doing. So let's get that out to more people. Next up, comment. There's no way. If I see 0 comments this week, you guys are capping, right? You guys are full of cap. If there are 0 comments this week, you guys are full of cap. So hit them comments. We're going to hit you back. Hell, we're going to talk about it on the next show. Hell, if you're one of those guys that want that smoke, hey, we're going to give it to you. Hit them comments. I'm very curious. Comment, subscribe, so you can get our shows whenever they come out. Hit that bell button so you get notified when that show comes out. And so with all that, thank you very much once again. We really appreciate you guys, taking your time out of your day, listening to the podcast wherever you're listening to it too. And with that, you know what time it is. We're out.
Peace.